Grammar is the most important element in any language. That is why, most of the time, even our teachers or maybe the tutors or the people who actually teach English, they tell you that it is very much essential to learn grammar in order to be very fluent English speaker. How far is it true? Do you think that you have to learn grammar in order to be a fluent English speaker? Let us find out today. So in this small talk, I would like to actually tell you whether it is important to learn grammar in order to be a fluent English speaker or not. So, stay with me. You're watching Easy English India. Learn English easily. So, dear friends, once again, I am here with you to actually guide you or to instruct you to how you can improve your spoken English. And today I would like to actually talk about grammar and the importance of grammar in speaking English. As we all were kids, once our teachers, they told us that in order to actually have the fluency in spoken English, you need to improve your grammar part. So, we had to learn all the basic grammar parts like tenses, modals, and voice or maybe narration and such and such grammatical parts of English. So finally, what happened? Have you learned spoken English fluently? So do you think that by learning grammar, we can actually improve our spoken English? Personally speaking, I have not learned spoken English by learning grammar. I knew grammar, but it never helped me to speak English fluently. I could improve my reading and writing these parts of English, but I'm not sure whether I improved my speaking with the help of grammar. Why? Because I learned English just by listening to the people who were around me, especially my teachers and all my friends who used to speak in English with me. And being in that atmosphere or environment, I could develop my spoken English. So, at this time, most of you actually maybe in the dilemma thinking that whether you have to learn grammar in order to speak fluent English, then I would say, my dear friends, that you don't need to just waste your time in learning grammar rules, because most of the time you will consume there. Instead, you just focus on listening to the sentences or the phrases, and after listening, you just use those sentences or phrases with people that you are talking to. That is a very simple method of actually learning spoken English. Don't you watch how children, small kids, when they grow up and within just 2 or 3 years they start speaking? How do you think, or how would you think that they learn so much grammar? That is why they speak fluent English after, or maybe their own language after 2 or 3 years? No, we never see children learning grammar rules in order to actually speak any language. They just do few things. Like first, they listen as much as possible they can. Yes, they listen and listen and listen. And the second thing is that they observe how the person is uttering those words, like how he is speaking, what is the expression and the pronunciation things. Actually, they see and they listen, all these things. And the final thing, that third thing is that, they, not the final, the second last one, I can say, that they just use the things that they have heard or maybe they have observed. And the final fourth thing, they repeat and repeat and repeat until they get through with that. So that is how children learn any language. And I feel this is the best and the natural method of how God made people to learn spoken languages. So I would like to encourage you. I would say that please don't waste your time in learning grammar portions, grammar rules in order to learn spoken English. Now you would ask me, then what is the importance of grammar? Yes, and I can say that grammar is very important. It is when you achieve a good level of spoken English, then I think that you really need to actually go through grammar part, because that would confirm whether you are speaking correct or incorrect English, or it will actually help you. Basically, grammar helps people in reading and writing parts of English, not in spoken. Because if you learn grammar rules for spoken English, instead of getting the meaning of the sentences, you would focus on the rules or the tenses or some sort of rules that you have learned in grammar. In that way, focus will be diverted. See, when we are speaking to people, the things that we need to keep in mind is that trying to understand the person, what actually he's trying to communicate, and that is more important than the grammar part that he is using in those sentences. Grammar part can be learned through listening as well. So spend more and more time in listening so that you can improve your grammar itself through listening. You don't need to actually separately learn some grammar rules in order to learn spoken English. So hope this helps. This kind of suggestions or maybe instructions I'll just provide so that you would be guided well in order to learn spoken English well. With these words, I would like to just take your leave. May God bless you and wish you all the best. Thank you so much.